Hey everybody, Goosebumps for Dummies, back at it again with another video. And I have a question for you guys. What is the one thing in this world that keeps you up at night so very late, that just creeps back into your mind? Like a mistake you made in 4th grade when a girl asked you to prom, which did not exist. Or something like that, I don't fucking know. Or some dumb thing you said in front of a family member or a bunch of group of people. Or some other ridiculous thing. What is that one thing? It can be a physical object, it could be some sort of media, it can be something that is shocking to even exist, it could be the existence of ourselves, or rather, the existence of something as disappointing and hated as this book. Honestly! Oh, goddamn! I am not a fan of this book. And yes, it's dark in my room, and I'm using this very old-fashioned flashlight, bending an ink machine over here. And hell no! Hell no! We finally reviewing my most hated Goosebumps book, Son of Slappy. And is it as bad? Because I actually finally reread this for like the first time I think in years. And I will strongly say no, but not by much. And now for the blurb. Jackson Standard is every parent's dream. He doesn't get into trouble, he always does his homework, and he never ever lies. His teachers all trust him completely, even volunteers at the local youth center. But that was all before Jackson came across an evil ventriloquist dummy. Now he must deal with Slappy, wreaking havoc on his family and friends. Jackson will soon see that 2 Slappys are not better than 1. Not necessarily. The back of the book is a fucking lie, and same as the cover, which was one of the main reasons I absolutely hated the book. And like I said, it's not as bad. I used to give this things 1 out of 10s across the board, like there was no tomorrow, did not give a shit. And it turns out there was a tomorrow. And in that tomorrow, I read that book, and it turns out it was still rather meh, or rather even bad leaning to that area. But it had some stuff that I kind of missed out on the first time I read it, or rather didn't really look upon much. But I found more unique after reading a lot more Slappy books and Slappy media. And yeah, I just quite like this book in a certain aspect involving Slappy. But other than that, the book was still relatively mid as fuck. Starting off with our upsides, I like Jackson Standard, I think that was his name. He's a good protagonist, he's an extreme goody-goody, and he just likes helping people, makes them feel good, and he cares for a bunch of people. He's a very, very likable protagonist. Besides that, Slappy in this book is awesome. I actually will give it to this book for once. I will say something awesome about this book. Slappy, like I said, he is actually really awesome here. Not only is he actually a threat, like he's a genuine fucking threat, but he also is seemingly scary to a lot of people, or someone this kid meets. I think it is like his uncle's housewife or some shit, I don't fucking know. It was a man, by the way. And that's where he gets Slappy, by the way. It's at his uncle's house, because he collects a bunch of weird shit. By the way, pretty cool segment, I guess. And, yeah, Slappy is seemingly scary. There's already a bunch of unease about him. There's just a lot of creepiness involving Slappy. And he does some pretty horrific stuff. And it's just all very, very bad, very brutal, and very awesome. I absolutely love Slappy in this book. And another upside tying in with that is the twist ending. The twist I did not see coming, and it involves this dude's sister, I believe, and Slappy working together. And, let's say it's not a happy ending. And I really like that. I really like dark endings in Goosebumps, and that's what we typically get of Goosebumps. Of course, those aren't the only endings I actually like, but of course, they are a more liked ending for me. And, another huge thing I liked about the book, yes, there's some major upsides here, I'm being serious, was the mechanic involving Slappy this time around. It is one of the most unique things I've actually ever seen in Goosebumps. Yeah, let's just say Slappy is able to mind control this kid. So Slappy is able to mind control this kid using a sort of device, I think. I can't remember what exactly it was, but I know it wasn't exactly a video game like the kid thinks around the midway or later portion of the book. He realizes that there's a chirping sound, and he's like, oh, it's supposed to be my game, which has birds in it. And Slappy's using that somehow telepathically to control this kid with the chirp sound. No, but either way, This mechanic is super unique, and I've never seen a lot like this in Goosebumps, or anything really similar to this, where a specific sound's kind of like hypnotizing, like, oh, when you hear the sound of my voice, or when I say ooga booga booga, you will dance like a chicken, or something like that, you know? As you see in those childish cartoons. It's kind of like this, only when you hear this chirp sound, you're gonna do some really nasty shit on my command. And yeah, it's really cool, very unique. I haven't seen this at least in any Slappy books, and yeah, it's very, very awesome and very unique. Suddenly though, those are where my upsides end, and there are some heavy downsides. I have 3 downsides to share about this horrible piece of shit. Not really, but it's still pretty damn mid, as I keep saying. And, starting off with my strongest downside, the book writing-wise is, it's atrocity, man. Still, it is better than the average writing that I see in even some knockoffs, minus Spine Tinglers, of course. Fantastically well-written knockoff. God, the writing in this book is just some modern slang that I don't like. Like, in this book, they use the phrase, diss me. Hated that. Pissed me off. I just don't like modern slang that much, and there's just some other writing choices in the book that feel stiff, nothing feels good, just some weird wording. Yeah, and the modern slang, I believe there's a bit of that in here, especially to diss me, like I said. Did not like it. Kind of awful. Another thing is the first half of this book reeked of shit. I actually didn't really like it. The only thing I kind of liked in there was the scene where they were visiting their uncle's house, but it only lasted 10 pages, I believe, if not like 15. And, yeah, and that was like a 60-page first half, because this is roughly like 130, 120-page book, so yeah, it sucked. Not very good. And finally, as per usual, we have an annoying side character being this kid's sister, and she sucked very badly. I did not like her at all. She just overall was a piece of shit throughout the book, and she did kind of make the ending better with it being very dark, but still did not like the sister character one bit. There's some other nitpicks I'd say. The diss me thing is its own nitpick. I think that's the worst slang I've ever heard in a Goosebumps book. I do not like the words diss me, especially in Goosebumps. And, yeah, with all the nitpicks and shit added up, this book, it's not gonna get a very high score, to say the least. So with all the shit added up, this book is really, really damn mid with a 5.5 out of 10. This rating could go down or up in the future, I'd say, if I'm really willing to put this higher, but the bad sister character was awful, the first half was being really bland, and of course, the book's writing to be awful with the modern slang thrown in there time to time. It just was not a good book. I didn't really like it, like, at all. And there were just a couple good qualities that did make me kind of look back and be like, okay, yeah, this was not as bad as I said it was, but it's still, dare I say it, probably one of the weakest Slappy books in all of Goosebumps. Well, at least in writing terms, and at least story terms. But one of the better Slappy appearances, as funny as that is. And yeah, 5.5 out of 10, really fucking mid. I wouldn't really recommend it. Yeah, that's going to conclude this book review. Yes, I've been literally doing this with a flashlight the whole time, because, I don't know, we're talking about a very scary Goosebumps book or some shit. I should do this for Pain House or something. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And tell me what you think about this book below. And yeah, bye.